Hey, what's going on YouTube? So today I wanted to do my college football playoff predictions video for 2015-2016. So far I've done all my conference predictions and then my preseason top 25. So yeah, go ahead and start with the first four out. These are the first four, or these are the teams that I think are going to be ranked from 5 to 8 when they finish the season. So number 4 I got Florida State, 3 Alabama, 2 TCU, and 1 Michigan State. I think that Michigan State will definitely compete. I think it'll be a close game with Ohio State when they play in conference, but I don't think they're going to be able to overcome Ohio State, and I think they'll probably finish the season at 5. TCU, it's definitely a race to the top for them, very top-heavy conference in the Big 12 with TCU and Baylor. Alabama, I don't think they're going to quite come out on top in the SEC this year. They do lose a lot. And Florida State, I don't think that. I think they might be a one-loss team this year with all the inexperience they have on the offensive side of the ball. And I don't know if the ACC is tough enough outside of maybe Clemson for them to be a one-loss team in the college football playoff. So also I want to do my dark horses. These are teams that I don't necessarily think will make the college football playoff, but I think you should watch out for. They definitely have a legit shot. So one, I got Wisconsin. They're in a very friendly East Division in the Big Ten. Really, all they have to do is run through like Iowa, Minnesota, teams like that. They don't have Ohio State or Michigan State in their division, and then if they manage to pull off an upset against Ohio State, Michigan State, whoever they play in their conference championship, then they definitely have a clear shot at the college football playoff. Arizona, another team that loaded with talent this year. New Solomon returns to lead the offense. The offensive side of the ball's got a ton of talent. They're in a very crowded division with Arizona State, USC, and UCLA. But if they can manage to get through that, I think even with one loss and they manage to get the Pac-12 crown this year, then they definitely could have a shot to be ranked in the top 4. And my last one is Navy, my only non-Power 5 team on here. Navy's got a very friendly schedule, yet they do have one test with Notre Dame. If they can manage to beat Notre Dame on national television, along with running through a pretty easy AAC this year, winning the AAC championship, going undefeated, they definitely have a shot to be in the top 4. Navy's a team to watch out for. They have Keenan Reynolds returning at quarterback and should be an explosive offense this year. So now to my actual college football playoff predictions. So start with number 4. Number 4, I think Stanford. I think this could be a big return year for Stanford. Kevin Hogan comes back on the offensive side of the ball, see if he can take the reins on offense finally, see if he can find a little bit of consistency. But I think that Stanford, this is their year. I think this defense will step up in a big way. Their division, or the North Division, Oregon loses a lot, and then really the second best team in the division, or the third best team in the division, is Washington. So I think Stanford, with the experience they have, with the easiness of the division, they don't have to run through the South Division with all those tough teams. So I think they can definitely pull off a conference title this year. 3, I got Baylor. I think this is Baylor's year for the Big 12. They did get a share of the title last year. Baylor could have easily made the college football playoff last year. Barely got outside. I think they finished ranked number 5 or 6. So I think this is the year that Baylor can finally get into the college football playoff. Number 2, I got Auburn. I think Auburn's going to run through and win the SEC this year. They get Jeremy Johnson at quarterback, DeQuil Williams at wide receiver, and then they get Will Muschamp on the defensive side of the ball for defensive coordinator. So I think they have enough to get through the SEC, very tough SEC West, maybe the deepest division in college football. And I think that they'll be able to win the Iron Bowl this year and win the conference championship. So number 1, I've got Ohio State, the former national champions. I don't see them losing a game this year. They just have too much talent on both sides of the ball. Ezekiel Elliott at running back, and then who knows if Cardale Jones or JT Barrett's going to start at quarterback. Either way, they've got a ton of depth. Everyone knows the Ohio State quarterback situation. Braxton Miller is actually playing wide receiver now, so they've got a ton of athleticism on both sides of the ball. Joey Bosa on defense will do a bang-up job this year, might lead the nation in sacks. So I think the 2 teams that will move on are Auburn and Ohio State. I think Auburn will beat Baylor, and I think Ohio State will very much take care of Stanford. So I think that Auburn's going to come out as the national champion this year. I know there's a lot of hype around Auburn this year. A lot of people think it's unfounded. They were a 5-loss team last year, but that's just kind of Auburn's thing. They come back after a rough year. When Gus Malzahn first came to Auburn, they were able to almost win a national championship against Florida State. They were less than a touchdown away. Last second touchdown by Jameis Winston was able to beat them. So I think this is definitely a good year for Auburn. They got talent on both sides of the ball. The defense should be able to compete now. That was the biggest problem last year was the offense was putting up points. Nick Marshall was doing his job, but the defense just couldn't hold anyone. They gave 55 points to Alabama, even though they scored 44. Should have been enough to win, but the defense wasn't able to hold up. So I think Auburn's going to be a dangerous team this year. I think they'll be able to win the I think they'll be able to win the college football playoff. And yeah, that's pretty much it for my predictions. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about my predictions. And yeah, that's pretty much it. See ya.